Did you guys know that young Otto is actually played by Truman Hanks, Tom Hanks' son? Okay, quick review to start with. Is this movie good? Yes, but it's long. That's it in a nutshell. It's a long, good. Okay, now we're done with that. Let's get into the bigger review. Let's talk about. Movies like this remind me why Tom Hanks is Tom Hanks, why he's such a big shot celebrity. I think it's easy to forget that about him. Just because you see him everywhere, he's like Tom Cruise. He's just so much of a superstar. You kind of forget how he is in movies themselves. This movie is such a big showcase into his acting skill. Is he the world's grumpiest man? He's pretty close, but that's not really what makes this performance so good. It's why he's grumpy. I'm sure you've known people like Otto, people that just are mad at everything, always want people to follow the rules, just think everybody around them's an idiot, just a straight stick in the mud. But there's something about them. These people have lived lives. These people are almost kind of wasted in where they are now compared to where they were back when they were young. It is as if a person like Otto is struggling to stay relevant, or rather, just make sense of the world around them. See, what's really cool about this film is Tom Hanks becomes Otto. He becomes a man kind of lost in time. His wife died not too long ago, and to be clear, this is a mini spoiler here. He doesn't really know if he wants to live anymore. Actually, I shouldn't even say it that way. He definitely does not want to live anymore. And he kind of takes it out on the rest of the world in response to this. But what makes his character really cool is, even though he does want to end it all, even though he does take his anger out on a bunch of other people, right? He still helps a bunch of people out. This guy is not a complete asshole. He's not a complete grump. There's so many people in his small neighborhood that need help, his help, and he doesn't ignore it most of the time. As a matter of fact, I'll just say he makes many attempts at unaliving himself, but there's always something or somebody that kind of gets in his way. Somebody needs his help pretty much all the time. And he answers the call. He helps him out, of course, because he's a good person. This is the charm of the film. This is the charm here. The guy he's a good guy. He's actually trying to he just let himself get beat down so much. We've all been there, I'm sure. It really makes me think about relationships and what happens when the two of you get old, right? One of you is probably gonna go first. What does the other one do? We've heard many stories about when one goes, the other one goes soon afterwards. It's kind of a similar feeling. It's a great idea because it happens to everybody, right? So I like that they express it. Matter of fact, this whole movie, they somehow capture this man's whole life pretty much from beginning to end. It's an odyssey of a film, of a normal person's life. It's kind of an interesting combination to say that, odyssey and normal person's life in the same sense. But that's what this is. That leads me to my really only problem with this film is it's long. It's 2 hours and 6 minutes, but it feels like it overstays its welcome about halfway through. Like they could have wrapped it up already. And again, I was trying to watch the first half of this movie at 2 o'clock in the morning, the second half with my kids. So I would recommend that if you're busy, you should break it up a little bit. It'll still carry through just fine. And this movie will pick back up again. Once you kind of get over that hump, it gets right back into it, and you feel even more in love with Otto and the people around him. That's my last big positive note about this movie, is it's not just about him. There's this whole neighborhood that he lives in, and everybody is so close together, both literally and emotionally. They're each other's support system for everything. It's the kind of community you want to live in, honestly. You want to move into a community like this. Yes, they have their problems, and there's a big problem and bad guy actually that they all have to face. As a matter of fact, the bad guy they have to face is property development. We all understand that. I'll just leave it at that. It's pretty sinister and familiar, so you get to chew on that as well. It's a great film though. It's charismatic. It connects with you. You feel for Otto and the people around him. There's really no issue aside from his length. It's actually a surprising film. I'm surprised that I liked it as much as I did. I cried quite a bit in this film. I tried not to, but it happened anyways. Good film. Check it out. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I'll talk to you later.